Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I'm going to be making an events calendar which will show how many days are left for a certain event. So for this, we need to do two things. First, we need to create an events file. So we'll just save this as an events.txt, events1.txt, and we'll save it this way. So now I can type it in whichever way I want. I will write my birthday, comma, and then we will write the date in a day, month, year format. Similarly, we will write another date 27th/01. Remember that this has to be written in a day, month, year format, otherwise we will get an error. So now we'll just save this and we'll create a new file. Actually, we'll just say control new. So we'll get a new file and we'll save this as calendar1.py because it is a Python file. So basically in this, first we have to use the Tkinter module. So we'll import it from Tkinter import everything so that we get everything we want. I mean everything in the Tkinter library, and then we'll import the datetime module. Import datetime. When we get this, we are going to create a root saying root is equal to tk. To create a Tkinter, we'll just create a root. Then we'll use something called a canvas. C is equal to canvas. We'll bind it to root. We'll have the width as 800 and we'll have the height as 800 so that it becomes an 800 by 800 pixels screen which we'll get, and we'll give it the background color black. You can choose any color you want, but I personally like black. Then we are going to write root dot title and we'll give it the name calendar. So then we'll write c.pack to include it in the root, and then we'll enter text into it by using the create text function, and we'll write 100, 50, anchor is equal to w, and Then the main thing we need to write fill is equal to orange. Again, you can write any color you want, but I just personally like orange. And then we have to write the font. Font is equal to, now be careful because we have to write it in double quotes, and we'll write Arial 28 bold underline. This will allow the computer to check its own fonts, so we have to be careful to name it the exact way, even the capitals and the small letters. And now we have to write the text which we will be writing on it. So we will write text is equal to my events calendar. So we are done with the first part. We'll just save this and we'll run this. We'll go to PowerShell because I like PowerShell more than Python IDE, and we'll just have to write Python Tkinter because of the spelling mistake which I just made. Is it Tkinter1.py? So we'll just write this. Tkinter1.py, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I have written the wrong name. Let's check the name. Calneder. Okay, it's Python Calneder. Calneder, and we'll just run this and see how it goes. Okay, so I think the error which we have done is we haven't created the run root.main loop, so we'll just do that. Root.main loop, and we'll just save that and we'll run it. Let's see, and bingo, see, we have this, the events, my events calendar, and we have the title and a black screen and an 800 by 800 square. So this is just the first part. We need to continue. Now what we need to do is actually we need to remove these spaces so that it doesn't interfere with the system. And now we'll write, now we have to create a function. Actually not here, because in the previous video we had seen that we had errors due to execution. So now we need to be very particular about where we define our functions. So we'll define a function called get events and in this we'll declare an empty list of events, and we know how to create an empty list by just using two square brackets. So we'll do this, and we need to save this. Here we will open the events1.txt file by saying with open the text, the file's name is events1.txt as file. So we'll write for every line in file file. Well, today is not a good day. We are having many spelling errors. We'll just write line is equal to line dot strip, sorry, line dot r strip by the new line, so that we can get every line. And we'll write this by writing the escape sequence new line, and this is it. Then after that we need to find the current event, which is the actual line which we are reading. We will write current event is equal to line dot split, and we'll use a comma because since this is kind of a CSV, because these are two different values separated by commas, so we'll write the comma in there. And then what we need to do is we need to create another variable called event date, which will be equal to date time dot strp time, which will give us the current event, which is in a D, DMY format. And since we need to convert this into a date, we'll write date. So now we have the event date by separating this. First we separated the whole each line, then we separated the text and the numbers using this comma, and now we are converting this into a date time date, which means in the format that the computer will understand, by saying that the date is in a DMY format, and we'll convert it into a date, and which will be stored. So now we'll write CE1 is equal to event date. So now we have got the event date in CE1. So now it's pretty easy. Now we just have to write, so to the list of events, that is LE, we need to append the current date, and we'll append CE1 because that is the date of our, actually no, we'll append all of our dates to this so that it gets easily stored. And now we just have to return the list of events. So return list of events. Now we need to write another function which will give us the difference between today's date and the number of days left for that event. So we will write def diff, and we'll give it two parameters, date 1 and date 2. In this, what we have to do is we need to create a string which will be called time between, and we'll say time between is equal to string of d1 minus d2. Pretty simple, right? Now we need to write number of days is equal to tb dot split, and we'll split it with using a space. So now all we have to do is return the number of days, and we will enter the current value. I mean, we will return the current value, so it's easier for us. Now what we need to do is we will go here and we will say events is equal to g get events, and we'll write today is equal to today's date. According to your computer, the datetime module will pick up today's date. Now we need to create a loop to give our actual days left for the event. So we will say for event in events ename, that is the event name, is equal to event to 0, because we separated the two events using the comma. Then we'll write days until, it will be the date between days, that is day So now we need to pass in the function called diff, and the diff will be, the days until will be diff between the event 1, that is E1, and today. Now we'll create a display, which is just a string which we will be displaying. And it will contain the text it is, and now here we'll use a placeholder. It is %s days till %s, and here we'll give a comma and say days. Here we'll give a comma and say in the brackets, actually not a comma, we will put a percentage sign here to show that we will be putting that thing inside, and we'll write days until and event name. So now we need to type in the text, c dot create text, and we'll say 100 100 anchor is equal to w, fill is equal to light blue, then font will be the same, actually not the same, we'll just make it bold, Arial 28 bold, and the text will be the display. So now we need to create, now if we run it, uh, uh, we need to actually create the days for this year. So we'll write 20 and here we'll write 21. Now we'll save this and we'll save this and we'll go to our PowerShell where we'll run this, and okay, we made a mistake. Let's see what we did. um okay, so I think the mistake we made was it needs to be in quotes. Now let's run it and save it. Let's see. Okay, we have made another mistake on line 10. Let's see what mistake we have made here. And okay, so this needs to be 1, and now I think we're missing something here. Okay, no, let's see. Okay, same mistake. So we will write, okay, from datetime import date date and we'll change this to from. We'll just save this and let's see. No, wait. Okay, so guys, I think we found the mistake. The mistake is that we need to import certain things from datetime. So we'll write from datetime import date and datetime, and here we need to put it in quotes as I said. So now when we save this, we'll open our PowerShell window and we'll just run this code, and okay, it is correct, but the thing is it's all over the place. So what we need to do in this case is we need to create a variable. We'll call it, suppose we'll say vertical space, and we'll give it the value 100. Now we need to create under this we'll just say vertical space is equal to vertical space plus 30. So let's see how we have done. Okay, no, we forgot to save it. No, wait. We have just made an error. And here, yes, here after 100, we need to because this is the space from above, we need to write vertical space. Okay, so now it's better. We just need to see if it runs. And here we now have got it in different lines. And so we know that our program works. Now we can make some tweaks to this to make it better. Like you can change the color to whatever you want. Suppose green. Let's see. Then we'll get this. Unfortunately, I like the orange better, so I'm just going to do that. And we can also do another thing. Suppose I do this. Christmas, and we'll write 25/12/2020. We'll just save this and we'll save this. Now when we run this, we'll see that this is not in order. So if we want to get it in order, we will use a lambda function just below this vertical space. We'll say events dot sort, and we'll say key is equal to lambda x, such that x will be given it will be sorted in direct value. So now when we save this and we will run it, see, now Christmas is immediately after my birthday. Now we can make some things more interesting. Suppose we want a reminder that an important event is coming up. So we'll just do this. We will write if, now we need to convert it into int, if int of du, that is days until, is less than or equal to 7, which means that if it's in a week, then we will do text color equal to red, else text color is equal to blue, actually light blue, whatever color you like, it doesn't really matter. So now if we just save this and we'll write fill is equal to text color. So we'll just have to save this again and we'll write, well, what is the date today? it's 30th. So if we write mm, let's say there is a trip, and uh, we will write 2nd of August 2020. So now if we save this and we will run this, then we'll see that there are just 3 days until this trip. So there are many other features which you can use like this, but I think it is the best. So that's it guys for this video. This has been a really exciting project, and it is something which will be used in the real world, and you can also try out many other things with it, as it has application in so many other aspects. So guys, see you next time.